Who do I need to be, and what do I need to be, and what does my business need to look like in order for me to go to London anytime I want? That's really what the thought was.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello, my darlings, it's Dion Dean. Welcome back to another video. Full disclosure, pest control is here. Maverick does not like anybody in or around our house, so he might just start barking. We'll edit that out, or possibly not. So today I have a meeting in about 20 minutes, and so I'm going to do a quick Smokey Eye, which is a perfect opportunity to have a sit-down conversation with you guys about creating your 5-year plan. This is the book that I am working my way through in the month of December. It's simply called 5, and it is challenging me to look at what I want my life to be like in December of 2028. It's a rough read, guys. It's not even a read. It's a rough thing to think about. Right now I'm here. Where are you on your journey? Get out your pencil and do your math. 365 days times your age in years. And then 28,689 days minus that age, or what that number was, and it says that's probably how many days you have left. So literally calculating how many days you have left and what you're going to do with it. So that's just one page out of the book. I'm gonna leave a link to this book if you're ready for the journey. And if you bought this book and you're working your way through it, let me know how you're doing. Let's get into my browse. So creating a 5-year plan, how and why I'm in that space to where I want to create a 5-year plan. You know, you guys know, and for those of you who are new to the channel who've just discovered me via Thriftmas, thank you so much and welcome to the Dion Dean family. I typically just jump into my videos because I feel like y'all are my people, so y'all will, if you don't know, you'll find out, but I feel like everybody's in this space of like figuring out what they want their life to be. So that being said, you know, now that daddy's been gone, will be 4 years in May. My father went to lay down for a nap one Sunday afternoon and did not wake up. He just went peacefully in his sleep. After, I don't want to say battling, after having stage 4 or 5 kidney failure, he had just started dialysis in, I want to say October, November of 2019. And, you know, we're just going to say his body couldn't handle dialysis. So he went to sleep in May of 2020. I'm still processing. I miss my father terribly. I was his only child. I am a daddy's girl. He was my best friend. He was the person that I ran to for everything, every life, just everything. If you're a daddy's girl, I don't even need to explain. That being said, now that he's gone and I've had to navigate life without him for the past 4 years, and I also don't have the responsibility of being his daughter anymore, now I get to figure out what I want to do. And prior to his passing, I thought that I was doing what I wanted to do, that I was living the life that I wanted to live. But I realized that I'm putting on milk makeup, and of course I'm going to leave a link to everything that I use. This is the Tanya Crooks brow pencil. It's not until after he passed that I realized how much space he took up in my life, right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't regret any of it. But my father was, as his only child, he was my quote unquote responsibility. He was my bae. He was my boo. So every life decision revolved around him. Every time we made a decision to move, my husband and I have been married 15 years, and we've lived in Chicago twice, Dallas once, and every decision that we made, you know, I had to make the decision, okay, if we're moving, that means I'm gonna have to, you know, that's when I had so many Southwest points because I was back and forth. We're doing a Smokey Eye. Did I say that? So that being said, I did a good bout of concealer underneath and on the top, but what I'm also going to do is go back over with my powder. So that being said, every decision that I made, I considered my father. Now every decision, and my daughter, Riley, now every decision that I make, for the most part, because my husband is Riley's dad, so his responsibility too. I have a lot of freedom now, and I have a lot of time to think about what I want. This, I say it. I say it this way. I get to figure out what life is like not being his daughter, and not have to think about, and I still have my mom, of course, but I have other siblings, so I kind of share that responsibility. But my father was my own. All right, so why am I reading this book? I came back from England. We went, I'm British born, for those of you that do not know, born in England, raised in South Florida. Came back from England, and I was just like, okay. I cry every time that I leave England. I cry, I miss my friends. And so my sister said, it wouldn't be so hard if you just made your way back here more often. Like, don't have it be like a year thing. Don't have it be like, you come for the summer, you come once a year. Like, you're at the point now, Dion, if you want to come, whenever, Jamaica, whenever the flight cheap, whenever you want to come, just come. Just book a flight and come. So I said to my sister, I said, who have London money like that? And she said, Dion, you're an entrepreneur. Do what you need to do. You can work from anywhere. And when she said that, it's like the light bulb went off. It was like, you know what? I can come home. England is still my home, always will be. I can come home. I can do whatever I want. Why am I not doing whatever I want? And so it was at that point, and I've had this book. I've had this book I got it in the summer. Because one of my Femme City sisters, Julie Allyson, recommended it to me. I'm going to leave her Instagram below. She's more than a life coach. She helps women move through different transitions of her life, of their lives. And so she recommended this book to me. So I bought it then, but I picked it up and looked at the first couple pages, and I was like, I don't know who you think is going to be doing that book. Anyway, it's at that point that I said, you know what? Who do I need to be in order to, this is a Wet n Wild brown jumbo pencil, just in a Smokey Eye. Who do I need to be, and what do I need to be, and what does my business need to look like in order for me to go to London anytime I want? That's really what the thought was. Nothing more, nothing less. And I started to sit down and write down. It has you work through your values and what is important to you. Because the thing about it is, and this is what I'm learning too, what's important to you may not be important to anybody else. What was important to my parents and what was important to me was two different things. Because I remember every summer it would be a fight. They want to go to Jamaica, I want to go to England. They'd be like, hey, my dad, you're Jamaican, you want to go to your home. I said, no. I'm of Jamaican parentage. My home is England. And just very simple. But what's important to you may not be important to other people. What's important to me may not be important to my husband. I'm going to put this on my lips. The excess. What's important to my husband may not be important to me, and that's fine. That's fine. So the book is helping me figure out what is important to me. It has you, let me see what page it is. I don't want to give away the whole book because I want you guys to get it and process it. There's this wheel of importance. I want to call it wheel of importance. Hold on. The wheel of life. Think of your life as a wheel with many different spokes. To have a balanced life, each spoke needs your attention. Relationships, spirituality, family, career, health, finances, education, recreation, charity, adventure, travel, romance. It has you think about each of those areas and what is important to you about those areas. So for me, with family in Toronto, in New York, in London, family is like my biggest thing over anything, right? And so I had to realize that, because a lot of times I would feel bad for wanting to be in a Toronto, wanting to be in a London, or go multiple times a year. And I was like, wait, that's my value. Like, if my husband doesn't want to go to England or go to Canada, like, okay, that's not his value, but it's my value. So that's where this thing is. So when we talk about, I'm saying that to say, when we talk about where you're going to be in 5 years, you have to realize that what you're doing right now, and let me do some brown over this. What you're doing right now, what I'm doing right now, I just did the jumbo pencil. It's a little wet, so I'm just going to take this brown from the Soulfire KKW thing. The things that you're doing now are setting you up for your future. So my question now is, what is it that I want to do? Let me say it this way. Are there things in my life that I can imagine myself doing at 50? Within 5 years, I'll be 50, 50 and fabulous. Could I see myself hosting a posh show at 50? Could I see myself teaching in the classroom at 50? Well, if I couldn't see those things, could I see myself doing thrift hauls at 50? If the answer is no, then what are you going to do to change it? It's basically having you look at the path that you're on and seeing if you want to make, seeing like, and you've heard this terminology, right? You're on I-95 and you got to make a decision. You want to go, not even 95. If you're in South Florida and you're in 95, you start off at 95 and you're going to get to a point where you either got to go, you got to stay on 95 or you got to get on the turnpike. And life is really that way. You're on a path. Where are you going? Are you going, I don't want to say to Gainesville. I'm a Seminole. But you get what I'm saying? Like, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to LA? Like something's in there. Do you want to go to Chicago? Do you want to go to New York? Do you want to go to Philly? Do you want to be in this country? Do you need a car to get to where you're going, or do you need a plane? Like, these are all things that we decide every day. So what I'm doing and what this book is helping me do is figure out, like, is what I'm doing, the activities that I'm doing right now, are they going to take me to the destination? Well, heck, what's the destination? I've never had to think about the destination before. Because I was a caregiver, life was moving, I'll say because I was a caregiver, all of my attention went to somebody else. Does that make sense? So I didn't have to think about it, and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize until he passed how much of my life was dedicated to him. So now it's like, okay, let me look at my life. Let me look at my finances. Let me look at my education. Look at my marriage. Let me look at all those things. Charity. Let me look at family. Let me look at the things that are important to me. What is important to me? When my sister said that, I was like, why do I only go to England once a year? If going to England is important to me, if going to Toronto is important to me, why am I only doing it once a year? If I want to teach at the graduate level, why am I not finishing my doctorate? Why am I not applying? If that's what I say, if I want Dion Dean Creative to do this, that, and the other, why am I not doing X, Y, and Z? Why am I doing this? Whatever I'm doing is it either is taking me taking me in a direction, or it's not. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not rambling. You guys love when I ramble, though. I love that you let me ramble. So yeah, that's where I am. And so what I want for you guys to do as well is to really look at your lives, even if you don't get this book, and just think, like, is what I'm doing right now. Think about, close your eyes, or don't close your eyes, whatever, but really think, it's December 2028. Do you want to be doing what you're doing right now? Literally. Do you want to be at that job? Do you want those friends? Do you want that man? Do you want that car? Do you want that education? Like, do you want that in your bank account? Do you want to be working that hard? Do you want to be working that little? December 2028. And this is a thing that I don't think I realized, is that it's coming. Riley's going to be 13 in 5 years. I didn't even really, not to say I didn't think about it. You guys who are parents, you understand what I'm saying. Where it happened? Sometimes she's talking to me and I'm just like, what? Like, what happened? So this is Smokey Eye. I'm going to use that same pencil that I used on my eye, and I'm going to lightly put that on my lip. And what I'm going to do, because I'm doing nude. I can't do darker, guys. I think I can, but then I can't. Huda Beauty color. I'll leave a link to it below. But this is my nude smoky eye for a meeting look. Very quick, very easy. But yeah, creating a 5-year plan. Really, this book, listen, it is what it is. Get the book, don't get the book. But I really want you to think about December of 2028. And you're going into New Year's of 2029. And is this where you want to be? I often say that because we're living in the house where I grew up, sometimes it feels like Groundhog's Day, and I have to remind myself that it's not. But even with this house, we have to think about that, because I'm like, do I want to be in this house in 5 years? I need closet space. But you get what I'm saying? God willing, you can't control everything, but at least if you know your values, your core values, they'll keep you, going in a certain direction. So just want to share that with you. And again, I'm going to leave a link to that book. I may actually have like a journaling book club. I haven't been wanting to do a book club. I just don't know what I would do consistently. I don't know. Y'all got to pray for me. But let me get ready for this meeting. Let me know if you enjoyed this content. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, come on and subscribe so we can have these conversations and get all deep and do makeup together. See you, my darlings.
Go, 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 go.